We're here with Nate Campbell, former undisputed lightweight champion of the world. Hello, Nate. How are you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Yes. Tomorrow's night, Nate Campbell is facing Polish fighter Krzysztof Szotem, and it's only 24 hours before the fight. Nate, how is the weight? Didn't you have any problems making it?
No, I had no problems making the weight. We made the weight easy.
That's very good. Do you realize that you are slightly bigger than your opponent, who usually walks around, I don't know, 130?
130?
Yeah, that's his weight.
I thought he was 135. He fights at 35.
Did you see it on BoxRec?
No, I don't know what I really don't know what he fights. I just know that he said he would take the fight. I mean, at 126, I fought 147 pounders and knocked them out. So I know that I'm bigger, physically bigger, but it's a fight. He's going to do his best to win the fight. I'm going to do my best to knock him out.
Yes, you're a bigger puncher of the two, because your opponent, he doesn't really possess this knockout power. He's not a devastating puncher. What can you predict for tomorrow's fight? Do you think that you are going to pressure him from the start, from the opening round, just to get a knockout as soon as possible?
I always like knockouts. So I press everybody, so that's nothing new. I press Victor Cayo. I press everybody. So even when I'm boxing, I'm pressing you. So for me, I'm a aggressive counter puncher. I can be an aggressive, all-out banger. Because I can punch, I can do so many different things. But because I can box, I can also do more. So I don't know. We'll see when the bell rings.
Let's talk about the past, because you are probably a future Hall of Famer.
Am I?
Yes, I think so.
I hope so. Don't touch my emotions like that. Hall of Fame is a big thing. I've done everything. I've done everything that I think that I need to do to make the Hall of Fame, but you have to prove you're Hall of Fame worthy to the Hall of Fame board. I've made enough mistakes that they should be in the Hall of Fame, but I've also won a lot of good fights also. So you know.
Yes, your way to the top seems to always be hard, because from the start you were facing some really tough opponents. How does it feel when you see that today young fighters, they really can make their way to the title shot without facing any tough opposition? How does it feel?
Makes me sad. It makes me very sad. I'm sad for boxing because we won't get the same brand of fighters that we once had. I came into boxing because I wanted to be the very best fighter I could be, and I wanted to do it the way the old guys did it, the way Ray Robinson and the way that and Archie Moore, the way that Sandy Sadler, the way that all the great fighters before me did it. I wanted to fight the very best out there. I didn't duck anyone. So I feel like they don't get the benefit of what their ability could be. You know, when you don't test your ability, you can't grow.
And just like these old fighters that you mentioned, you had your losses, you had your bad losses, like, for example, the 2 losses to Robbie Payton, but you made a huge comeback, I think. This is one of the better, you're one of the best fighters to fight in the late 30s, because you became undisputed champion of the lightweight division in your late 30s.
I am the oldest man in the history of boxing to win the lightweight title for the first time.
Juan Manuel Marquez did it.
No, but he had already been a champion at another weight. I had never been a champion at any weight.
Oh.
I had never been a champion at any weight as lightweight. And Marquez wouldn't fight for 35-pound title until I didn't have it. So let's call it what it is. He didn't want it when I had it. So I don't count him. And I won't count him. And I don't care if he hit. You can tell him I said it.
If I get the chance, I will.
And we can do it at any weight, 30, 35, 40. We can do it 35 or 40, whichever he feels best at. 47. Me and Manuel Marquez can do it anytime he wants to do it.
But I wanted to talk about Timothy Bradley, because you faced Timothy Bradley when he was he was starting to get to his prime, I think. It seemed to be a good fight, but it ended prematurely because of the cut. We know Timothy Bradley has a long history of headbutting, and this would.
All I have to say about Timothy Bradley is I'm happy that he's doing so well, but right is right and wrong is wrong, and he lost the fight against Pacquiao. No offense, have no ill will towards Timothy Bradley. I'm not a hater. I want everybody to get paid doing this, but what he did as a fan, what they did, what has been allowed to be perpetrated in the ring on that night, has to be the biggest travesty that I've seen in the last 10 well, I can't say that because there's so many travesties I've seen, but it's just a bad travesty. It's horrible for what it did to boxing, and people are now upset by it, and a lot of people refuse to buy the next pay-per-view. It hurts boxing.
Later this year, you had the chance to fight a top contender, who was Victor Manuel Cayo, and that was in Dominican Republic, and you won that fight by a spectacular knockout. This was a very big victory, which showed that you are still in the mix at the age of 30. Do you think?
40.
40.
I'm 40. I'm a grandfather. Let me tell you something. I am probably the most avoided fighter that you'll find at any weight. Everybody talks a good game, and they do not, what they do is they don't even mention my name, because at any given moment you can get a Cayo situation. Cayo had no chance of beating me. I took the fight because he couldn't win. I'll take any fight because I don't feel like any of them can beat me if I'm on top of my game, and I'm on top of my game. So I think that the Cayo fight was just a showcase for me to show people that I can still do this at the very top level, but I have no preconceived notions about walking away from the sport till I get everything I want, and I want the titles back.
Nate, you are a very proud warrior, and you used to be. Maybe you will be again in the top pound for pound rankings. But who do you think is the best pound for pound boxer in the world right now? Is it Pacquiao? Is it Mayweather? Is it Martinez? Or maybe Andre Ward?
I've always had a hard time with the pound for pound ranking because I have to go by level of competition. I don't know. I mean, people say Mayweather, people say Pacquiao, but as far as I'm concerned, I feel like the best fighters should fight the best fighters, the very best fighters in their prime. To me, it's not about the perfect record. It's not about those beautiful knockouts. It's about fighting the best guy, bar none, in the division.
So who do you like in the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight?
I like Mayweather for boxing skills. I like Pacquiao for power, but I believe that Pacquiao will have a hard time boxing to Mayweather. He's gonna have to take chances. But Mayweather, one thing I can say, Pacquiao can hit or miss. Mayweather cannot miss.
Okay, thank you, Nate, for your time, and we wish you well, and good luck for tomorrow's night.
Thank you very much.